Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Aoife again. And as promised, I have a couple of videos for you. These are just going to be short, 20 minutes. This one is about morning wake up call. And then the next video will be more of a wind down evening. So, right. So this little sequence can be done lying down in your bed, but preferably if you had a yoga mat or you had um, a big thick towel to put on your carpet, it's a little bit better if you were to do it on the floor, I think. But some people love it. My aunt and uncle have been doing yoga for years, and they start off every morning and they do their first sequences in bed. So what we're going to do is lie down on our back. Let me just adjust this slightly so you can see me a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to start off lying on our back. And we're going to spend the whole time, we're not even really doing any standing work today. I'm just going to begin to open up your hips, open up your spine, and kind of wake yourself up like you're oiling up your body. And that's one of my dogs there. Remember Django from last week? So imagine that if you're lying on your back on the floor, that's great. Or if you've just woken up, and what we're going to do is just gather the knees into your chest. Just bring your knees into your chest. Very good. And make some big circles with your knees. As you do this, begin to take some big deep breaths. So our breath is our life force, right? Sometimes they call it chi. There's other words for it in different traditions, but our life force, of course, our breath is bringing oxygen to all the cells of our body. So really important that we start to cultivate and bring in some deeper breaths. So, most of our life, we're breathing all the way up into our chest, but we want to start to breathe a little further down. Now, of course, you're always diaphragmatically breathing. You're always engaging your diaphragm, but you just want to engage it a little bit more conscious breath. Okay, so nice and simple, circling, and then start to circle the other way. So it doesn't matter which way you started, just circling the opposite way. Really good. That's it. Keep going. Another couple of circles. You can make big circles. You can make little baby circles. And as you do this, you're really feeling into your body and just feeling into what are you feeling right now? What needs attention? Where do I need to pay attention and listen in to the wisdom of my own body? Great. Now really keep your right knee in and release your left leg to the ground or down onto your bed, wherever you're practicing, doesn't matter. And let's just circle with just your right leg. So you're getting like you got the oil can and you're putting some oil into your hip. Very important, big joint of your body, biggest joint in your body, in fact. And just start to circle with your right hip, circling those knees. Really good. Circle in the opposite way again. Very nice. And then see if you can hold behind your right thigh and push your right thigh into your hands and push your hands into your right thigh. So you're creating a little bit of traction here. And if you could begin to straighten your leg, and it doesn't have to go all the way straight, right? That's not the goal here. We're just moving our leg towards straight and beginning to open up into the hamstring behind your right thigh. Doesn't have to go straight at all. And even if you can't hold behind your leg, you could bring a scarf and you could hold a scarf, could hold behind your leg. Very good. Now let's begin to wake up our foot. So start to circle your right foot. Any direction, doesn't matter. Circle it the opposite way. So we're oiling up the ankle of our right leg, the ankle of our right foot. And then point your foot. And then flex, so bring the foot towards the knee and point and flex and wake up and say, hello, good morning, lovely right foot, all that you do for me. How's that breath doing? Very good. And then hug your knee back in. And let's change sides. So we're just going to bring that right leg down. And we're going to move to the opposite side. So bring the left leg in. And let's take those circles again. So now we're just working on one leg, circling. Take about 5 or 6 rounds in each direction. And you can really start to feel into, oh, like maybe in one section, it's feeling like it needs a little bit more attention. And even bringing your breath into your hips, like imagining you're breathing your breath right down into your right hip or your left hip. Circle the opposite way. Really good. And then hold behind your left leg, or use a scarf or a strap or a belt. And then slowly begin to bring your leg towards straight. It doesn't have to go straight. That's not the goal. The goal in yoga is not to, to be a shapeshifter and be moving our body into like a pretzel. Not at all. Now press your leg into your hands. Press your leg into your hands. See if you can feel that begin to engage the muscles of your legs. Then start to rotate your ankle. Really good. Rotate it. Rotate it the opposite way. Good morning, left foot. Flex your foot. Point your foot a couple of times. Notice what you notice and just feel what you feel. Very good. Another breath here. And then hug everything in. Let's hug both of your knees back in. So you're getting a nice stretch in your low back here. And then let's, while we're here, just do a little bit for our wrists. So start to circle your wrists while you keep your knees hugging in. Circle your wrists in the opposite way. If you prefer, you can take your feet back down to the ground. Knees are bent. And then hold with your left fingertips, your right, the front of your right hand is facing your face. And you're just going to give your hand a little stretch. And then we'll do that on the opposite hand. So you're just stretching out, pulling your hand towards your face, giving yourself a little stretch here. Lovely. And then hug your knees back in. And we're going to take a spinal twist now. Excuse me. Both of your legs. So make sure you're in the middle of your bed if you're doing this in your bed so you don't roll off the bed. Both of your legs over to the left side. And then reach over with your right arm. Now, if your right shoulder still, if it's off the ground, maybe take a pillow and put your right arm on the pillow. So your arm isn't dangling in space and it doesn't feel uncomfortable, right? So that's more comfortable, just like that. And as you lie here, feel how your spine is in a rotation. It's moving into this rotation. Your spine is turning and twisting. The way that it does, it's this incredible movement of your spine. And with your breath, you can imagine that you're walking your breath up a spiral staircase, like your spine is a spiral staircase. And your breath, you're sweeping each vertebrae, sweeping it with breath and giving it more length. Really nice. Very good. Stay here for a couple more breaths. This is no rush. Very nice. And then very slowly unwind and come back to center. And if your pelvis kind of tilted to one side, bring yourself back into neutral. So you feel like your spine is long and your hips are in the same alignment as your spine. And we just go to the opposite side. So I'm going to bring my little pillow over if I need it. Roll both legs to the right this time. And you can even roll all the way onto your right side and then lift your left arm up and over like a windmill. So it comes back. So a little bit of a different way to come into it on the left side. And so stretching across your chest. And don't forget about the breath. Breathing nice big breaths in and out through your nose if you can. More beneficial. We have a natural filtration system in our nose, and it's more calming to breathe through your nose. So we'll stay here for a couple more breaths. And then very slowly, let's engage your core muscles a little bit. So squeeze your belly in and up, and then inhale, bring your legs back up to center. Really nice. Okay, release your legs down long again. Make sure your pelvis is neutral. So you're in one long line. And what we're going to do is bring ourselves into the shape of a banana. So reach your arms overhead. We're going to get a lateral stretch. I want you to just bring your arms over to the right side. So you're not lifting your chest up. You're just kind of scooting your shoulder blades, stay on the bed or the floor, and move your arms to the right. That's it. So you're still all the way flat on your back on the back. And then just move your legs to the right. So if you looked at yourself from above, you'd look like a delicious banana we'd have with our porridge or our granola, right? So now you could even hold your left wrist if you can, and you're starting to open up between your ribs the muscles that help us to breathe. So can you feel that stretch all along the left side of your body? How's that breath doing? Yeah, nice big deep breaths. Stretching nice and long. Just a few more breaths here. There's no rush at all. And one more inhale. And then slowly let's go to the opposite side. So now we're going to just walk our body over to the opposite side. So remember, you're not lifting your chest up. You're keeping your whole back body on the floor, but you're just moving your shoulder blades to the left and just your legs, but your pelvis stays fixed. And then reaching long, holding your right forearm. And hanging out here. Yeah. Feeling and noticing and sensing your magnificent miracle of your physical body. Feeling that breath move through your vertebrae and through the right side of your rib cage and into all of those muscles on your rib cage, in between your rib cage on your right side, helping you to breathe now a little bit deeper. Really good. Another breath. And then slowly exhale, come back to the center line, come back down to the center line, hug your knees in. And what we're going to do now is roll over onto our hands and our knees. So roll yourself to the side. This is where I think it might be a little bit better if you're on the floor on a nice thick carpet. If you have tricky knees, you could just skip this part. Or you could always pad up your floor with some more padding. So you could put a blanket down. Okay. So you can put a blanket under your knees and then just notice that your hands are underneath your shoulders. And your knees are right underneath your hips. And all we're going to do is flex and extend our spine. So we're going to move the spine forwards and backwards. But what we're going to do is bring breath into this. So we're neutral in our spine right now. See if you can feel just that neutrality of your spine. And then on an inhale, let your belly drop down and reach your collarbones forward. Inhale, big breath. As you exhale, spread your collarbones, or actually, sorry, round your back, pull your belly in and spread your shoulder blades apart. That's what I meant. Spread your shoulder blades apart. And then let's keep doing that. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, round your back like a scary Halloween cat. Keep going. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round your back. And do that again. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round your back. And one more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round into your back. And excuse me, what we're going to do is come to standing now to just do a little bit of standing work. Excuse me. So the way that you can do this is press into your hands, or you can do it any way you like to come up to standing. Walk your hands back, curl your toes, and come all the way up to standing. And roll over, your head over, and then very slowly round yourself up. But take your time, take your time. There's no rush, okay? Take your time. So we have two options here. Do you remember we did it with the chair? You could sit on your chair now. Okay, this is a great option. You could sit on your chair and we'll do some salutations like we did earlier. Remember this? Or if you're feeling adventurous, we do it standing. Okay, so come up to, oh dear. Just wanted to make sure that you can see me properly. Okay, so either you're sitting on your chair or you're standing solid on the earth. So we're waking up. This is our early morning practice. Yes. Now just have a little peek at your feet. This is called a mountain pose. And you could be doing this sitting, mountain pose still with your feet on the floor. It's totally up to you. But if you're sitting, just make sure you're not in a big slouchy chair and you're not just kind of hanging out. You're rooting down, you're lifting through your spine. Or here you are standing on the earth and your feet are pressed down. And just have a little look at your feet. Make sure that they're symmetrical. You don't have like one foot out to the side. They're not skewed out. They're in symmetry with each other. And they're hip width apart. So you feel that stability in your hips. Root down through your feet. Engage and lift your arches a little bit. So that's like the springboard of your feet. Right, the miracle of your feet. That's just amazing. Architecture. Think of all the architecture of your feet and how one of my first teachers would say they're your greatest servants of your life. Yeah. Press down firmly through your feet and begin to lift and engage the muscles of your thighs. So really engage them, lift them. Think of your waist as having four sides and you're lengthening through your waist on all four sides. You've broadened your collarbones and you've lifted through the crown of your head. Perfect. And now we're going to bring in the sun salutations. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, hands come down the midline. Again, inhale, reach overhead. And exhale, hands come down the midline. Press down through your feet. Inhale, reach overhead. And exhale, hands come down the midline. We're going to add in now. Inhale, reach overhead. This time, fold up and over. And you can do that while you're in the chair. Just spread your knees apart and fold all the way down. Inhale, I want you to slide your hands up your legs and lengthen your chest forward. Exhale, fold back down. Press into your feet and reach all the way up. Reach, reach, reach all the way overhead. Hands come to prayer. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold up and over. So bend your knees a lot as you fold down. Then take your hands onto your thighs and lengthen your chest forward as you inhale. Exhale, fold back down. Press into your feet and inhale, lean, reach forward, lift, lift, lift your arms all the way overhead. Hands come down to prayer. That's a sun salutation. So we're like waking up, feeling all of the breath inside our body. Great. Really nice. Hands to prayer. So I hope you have a great day. We've done some twists, we've done lateral work, we've really woken up our spine, we've forward folded, we've even taken a back bend. And so I hope you have a great day. I'd love to see you guys again, all my HNI friends. Namaste, which just means uh, respect, and it's a humble gesture. Namaste. Have a great one. Bye, guys.